All right. I'm super excited. I think we're live on YouTube, but I always like just giving it a second before I go. But hello, guys. Yay, we're live. So I'm a little bit early. I know, I'm kind of really learning my times when I'm traveling. It's kind of hard to stay consistent to a specific time. But what matters is I am showing up on Mondays, like I shared. And in the background, I'm super excited, you guys. You should be able to hear the ocean. I did it this way. I'm going to try and hold my mic here and also show you the view I'm looking at when you're on this for my YouTubers. So 1 second. Just absolutely incredible, like just such an amazing view. And I don't know, I just feel so grateful. My time here in Cabo is honestly just been really incredible. And it's super exciting because I decided to book a flight back to LA for tomorrow this week, which is exciting. I definitely will be coming back here before the end of the year, but there's just some things I have on my heart in LA. So I'm excited to go back and just be there for a week or so and yeah, get what's on my heart out of my heart. And see where that leads me. So I think sometimes as creatives, and that's the best thing I love about my job is, or what I do is I can literally decide to wake up and book a flight. I have the money to do it. I have the opportunity and the freedom and the availability. So it's something that excites me and just, yeah. So anyway, I'm super excited about today's episode. It is going to be, let me start recording this. It is episode 80 of the Colleen Gallagher podcast. Like, what? You guys, what is happening? Episode 80. It makes me so excited. And today I really want to focus on how the process of digital sales works. Like, what is digital sales? What is digital selling? How am I able to do what I do? And I really want to offer this as an opportunity for you guys to begin shifting your mind, because the way that I can travel the world, or the way that I've been able to live my life, is largely, in fact, due to digital sales, due to understanding the online world, digital marketing. I do have a marketing background. I mean, I went to school for marketing, my bachelor's, and arguably I've really been in sales since I was 14. And so I've been doing this for over a decade, really selling and expressing and sharing and learning how to, I guess, solve problems for people and make a lifestyle out of it. And I'm actually really excited why this episode is this way for episode 80 is because I have a brand new course. It is a sales course, you guys. I've never, ever had a sales course, and I'm launching a sales course, which is how to sell in digital sales. Like, what is that process? What's it like? And it goes live on Tuesday. So November 30th, the last day of the month. It'll close by December 2nd. It's a really short lead time. I'm only taking a specific people because it's going to be very hands-on. So make sure if you follow me on social media, be on the lookout for it. The marketing will go live either end of day today, the 29th, or early tomorrow. This will be live with me. You'll get access to me. And as you guys know, whenever I do a brand new course, I always offer it at a lower investment. And even when you're working one-on-one with me through these courses, because every time I create a brand new course, it's like very hands-on because I want to make sure that people get results. That's really important because otherwise my courses aren't, there's no point in doing them if no people get results. And I really measure results and impact in your income. It's really important to have both of those measurable outcomes. So I'm excited, you guys. It's something I've never done before, and be on the lookout because this is really going to be epic. And this episode, I'm going to get a little bit into what that program is going to look like and why I really created it. And then of course, how you can be involved, and also leaving some nuggets in here of, just sales, thinking about sales and the digital process of sales, because it's very different. Selling online it's very different. There's some key tactics and key communication things that are widely going to make a difference in your success, or widely make a difference in you not succeeding. However, before I start, I want to get into this episode's sponsor, which is stamps.com. You guys know they've been a sponsor for a little bit now, and they're absolutely incredible because, as you guys know, I do a lot of shipping of all my own products, my books, my coins, my crystals, my healing boxes, my magical oracle deck. So I have all these things that I do. And so if you're looking for ways to skip the trip to the post office and dodge all the hectic holiday shopping traffic, why not save time and money with stamps.com? Stamps.com lets you compare rates, print labels, and access exclusive discounts on UPS and USPS, which is very important. Those are the two major ones in the US. And it really just makes sense because if you're a business that sends packages like myself, you do not want to be wasting time going and dealing with these post offices. You want to schedule pickups and you want to have a whole thing because the holidays is a hassle to deal with anything that does that. So make sure to go check out stamps.com because whether you're selling online or running an office or side hustle, stamps.com can save you so much time, money, and stress during the holidays. Access all the post office and UPS shipping services you need without taking the trip. And you get discounts you cannot find anywhere else, like up to 40% off USPS rates and 76% off UPS. That is even bigger than my discount on UPS. And so going to the post office instead of stamps.com is kind of like taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Just going on a couple of floors, sure, take the stairs. Walking up 30 flights a day, you could use a break. If you spend more than a few minutes a week dealing with mail and shipping, stamps.com is a lifesaver, which is true. I've looked at the platform and it does save a lot of time and money. So you're going to want to start sooner with it. And then at this holiday season, and as you guys know who've been listening, if you are someone who has a business and you are someone who's looking to save more time on your shipping, you want to go to stamps.com and you want to sign up with the promo code POD, P as in Pam, O as in Oscar, D as in dog, for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code POD. So with that, you guys, we're going to get into sales, the digital sales process. And this is going to be a 7-week course, which is beautiful. So it's going to end your year off great and start awesome into 2022. So you're already going to have a solid foundation. I feel like one thing I do not like is with the whole new year thing of everyone's like, okay, the clock ticks and we're now going to be a new person. Like, no, like the month of December should be, this is me declaring who I'm going to be in 2020. And this is me now building the foundation, starting the habits right now today, not when the clock ticks, so that when 2022 happens, I'm already in the momentum of who I want to be. It's not like, okay, I'm going to wait to go to the gym, or okay, I'm going to wait to start a business. Like I'm during the holidays, like, no, it starts right now. It starts in December. It starts now. It starts November. It started yesterday, that you are going to say, this is who I'm going to be. This is who I want to become. And I'm going to start learning how to sell, because if you want to be in business, the first thing you need to do is either have a product or be able to sell both things. You cannot have a great product and not know how to sell it. And you can't have a sell and you have nothing to sell. So something I think I've been really good at and blessed and fortunate in my 3.5 years, almost 4 years in business, is being able to create all types of things to sell and then sell them. I've literally have a whole library really of courses, education, workshops, products that, have really healed my life and really empowered me to change my life to live in, Cabo, or to go to LA or to Puerto Rico or to Europe or, New Zealand. I mean, all these things that I've done, Italy, London, Bali, like all these places I've done. And, yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. I get to wake up today and have my podcast. And I was doing YouTube Saw. I'm looking at this beautiful ocean on the other side of Cabo, where I was from a few weeks beforehand. And I was just up in Todos Santos and La Paz and exploring that. And, the whole time I get to post on social media. I have a team now that does that for me, and I get to enroll clients. Like, it's a really beautiful process that I never knew could exist for me. And so that's what I really want to talk about and focus on in this. So first of all, I've never done a sales course. And I really feel like I am that perfect blend of the masculine of, going all in, being the hustler. I like the hustle. I like the drive. I like the, get up and let's see who's messaging me. Let's look at my sales calls. Let's look at my, people who have bought from me, and let's look at like who I need to follow up with who said they wanted to buy. Like I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that kind of navigating the length of the sale process, the checking in, the where are people at, where's the money flowing? Are they ready to invest? Are they ready for the transformation? That excites me. I really like that. I'm also very feminine. I also really like the law of attraction. Let me post, let me create, let me offer something and put a link, and then people will just invest while I'm out living my best life. Like I like both. I really like that dynamic of both types of sales, like law of attraction and also going for it. I have built my business where I don't have to do sales calls, but I have done them. I do them sometimes still for larger investments, like normally 10,000 over. But I don't know. It's just fun game. So I guess what I wanted to share about the digital process, right? So I have a 7-week course, and in this course, it goes live on November 30th for the enrollment. It'll be done with the enrollment by the 2nd. So it's going to be a very quick launch, like I shared. I'm only going to take a few people. I'm maybe thinking like 5 to 7 people. Because I really want to make sure in these 7 weeks, we really nail down your unique sales signature, your unique sales process. I have clients that have done all types of products, all types of solutions, all types of selling methods. There's really not one way that works. It's finding the one that works for you, the one that lights you up, the one that's excited. Like to me, like, this podcast, I didn't build it for lead generation, but in many ways, every week I come on here and I talk about what I want to talk about. And then I always have an offer. I always provide a solution to whatever problem I'm talking about. And whether you go to my website or my sales page and take action and solve your own problem with what I'm offering, or just continue to suffer, is up to you. But at least I'm doing my part in showing up and offering the solution and offering what I can do. And that is selling. Selling is simply offering a solution, is simply showing up and expressing who you're meant to be, who you're meant to become. And it's just an exciting process all around that I enjoy. I love, I look forward to it. So I don't know. So anyway, there's that. So I think what I want to break down in this call is just, there's two things: the art of selling, and this is in, face-to-face or digital, but the art of selling is that you have, like I said, a product, a service, something that you do that solves a problem. And usually people are like, well, I don't know what problem I solve. I say, usually just look in your phone. What are the last 5 conversations you had about? Usually my conversations are around business or around traveling or around food. Maybe my PhD, like there's a few things, or my podcast or my team or graphics or what am I selling or journaling. I mean, these are mindset works, my energetics. Like these are really where, my conversations lead: manifestation and holistic healing. I mean, even if I wasn't doing this, all my conversations, if I go sit somewhere by myself on a beach and I meet someone, this is where they end up leading to business and holistic healing and travel. I mean, literally it's the same thing. It doesn't matter. I love it because those are things that I like talking about. And I meet all these amazing people who also like talking about those things, and they teach me things, and I love it. And you're just having natural conversations. And sometimes those people become clients. Sometimes they go tell people about your conversation and they get into your community and they're like, I've heard about you from so-and-so and I've been watching you. And I don't know. So that's more the digital part. But anyway, sales is just basically expressing whatever you love talking about, like being able to share what you're passionate about. When people talk to you like, oh, my head hurts, or, oh, this is an issue, and you naturally have a solution, or you naturally know what to say, that is what your business is meant to be on. That is what you're meant to be selling. And it's just from a calm place, from a, grounded place. It's kind of like if you're at a party and someone's like, what do you do? And you're like a doctor. And then you're like, oh, I have this question, and they'll naturally share it. They're not going to charge you for it. Your, process, your life purpose is what you would naturally talk about when no one's around. And then from that, you just create offerings. And so from those offerings, which is, very similar to, I guess, religion, but, your offering is just, what do you have? Is it going to be a course, a service, a product? Is it going to be a retreat? Is it going to be a podcast? One of the best podcasts I've seen that's really monetizing, and she's done really, really well. It's called the Dumb Blonde Podcast. Her name is Bunny. Very different branding than mine. But I think she really is living her soul purpose. I think it's great. And she has really done well in monetizing the podcast, much better than I have for sure. But that's her main source, right? Is doing that. And mine really is more of the courses. To me, the podcast is more of a lead generation. So see, that's two of us who are, both have successful businesses, and we're doing it in different ways, and using a similar tool. But that's the beautiful thing about digital sales, because it's not just in person. And so that's what I want to get into. The first part is you have to have a problem that you're going to solve. The second part with digital sales, why I love it so much instead of in person, is digital. All you have to do is turn on a video, or really an audio at this point, and record yourself talking about whatever it is you want to talk about. And just be happy that you're doing that and be excited about it. And then whatever you're talking about, at the end of everything, you have a offering, which is what I just talked about at the beginning. But when you're showing up online, like I said, when you're offline, you're out living your life and you're just talking what you want to talk. You now have a home to send people. It's not like you need to, I don't know. You don't need to go sell them. You don't need to get a sales call. You go look at my website, look at my blogs, look at here. Like I have so many things, so it's not even funny anymore where I can point people to, but it didn't start out that way, right? Like it started out where I had one book and I had one course. And then it just naturally grew to now what it is in, 4 years, which maybe seems like a long time, but it's really went by so quick. And every time, like this new sales course, because more people are asking me about sales. So I'm now creating another solution to a problem, because I realized I was talking about selling so much and people wanted to know more, and marketing. And that's why we opened the Imagine agency and all the stuff basically. Right. So I guess I have a lot to say about sales. But anyway, so that's why I'm excited to start the 7-week program, because in-person selling it is kind of a longer process, because you have to build more trust. You have to really get good at crafting trust, at really, really building rapport. And I don't know, to me, it just takes a long time that I don't really want to do. Sometimes I feel like it's like proving my worth or proving like an uphill battle, which just is not my vibe. I don't want to cold call. I've never cold called my own business. Um, where the digital part I really like, and this the feminine part, is you just show up, and through law of attraction, people come to you. And from people coming to you, that's when you begin the different sales tactics, which can be audio, video, voice recording, blogging, free, right away sending them to a small end link, to a higher end link, to a video. I mean, there's just so many ways that are like, because when you're in person, you really have to get good at reading people, and you really have to have such a much longer relationship, I guess, I feel like, before these big deals happen. Where on the digital side, people just go online, they already are listening to you, you already are offering things, and they already have built their own trust with you unannounced to you. So this person has been getting to know you for months, days, years, maybe a decade. And they've been listening and watching you and building their own trust with you. And you really have not had to do anything, because you've been out living your life. And this has been happening with, at first, one or two people, then hundreds and thousands, and now tens of thousands for me, and it will just continue to grow in the next few years. And I'm excited for that. So I really wanted to focus on this, is that digital sales is going to be the future, and the future is now. And I'm super excited to be offering a digital course of how do you begin to learn the digital sales process? How do you begin to do it? How do you begin to fall in love with it? How do you commit to it? Like, how do you make it happen for you? Because you can have great products. You can have great ideas in your head. You can have great things that I know that people need to wake up and awaken. But if you don't know how to sell, how to create a sales process that works for you, that feels good for you, that feels aligned for you, where you are excited to sell, you are excited to wake up every day and share what you need to share and not be afraid to sell. You're excited when people ask you information, instead of just giving them freely information. You're excited to place a boundary and say, hey, thank you so much for asking. That's actually what I do with clients or one-on-one consulting. Here's that process. And that's what I want to teach you, is what is that process, which is why I'm doing the 7-week program of how to create the digital sales process for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. And I don't know, I've helped so many of my clients over the years, and even now the agency, we're helping more and more clients with it. And it just gets more and more fun for me, because I love hearing everyone, like, what they want to do to impact the world, and what can we do, and what's the right thing. And so it makes me excited. And, I just love sales. I think sales is such a beautiful art. It's such a beautiful expression. It's such a, it's this beautiful dance, like I said, between the feminine, the hustle, or sorry, the masculine, the hustle, and also the feminine, like, here's what I create, and here's what I love, and here's what I can do. And selling is good. Selling from soul, selling from purity, selling from just because it's what you want to share. And from that place of sharing, you expand people. I mean, think of why people go to church, why you go to school, why you go and get all these, different little certificates. It's because you're learning something, and you want to go hear what people have to say, so you can have new information, new things that are being inputted into you, to have a new form take place inside of you, so that you can go and have a new inform it in the world. You can be informative, and you can have different thoughts and ways of being and ways of expressing. And that's, we're in the age of information. There's no shortage of information, but it's the point of getting around people you want to learn from their life experience. And that's what you are. People want to learn from you. People want to know what you've gone through. People want to hear how you healed your life, how you got where you are right now. Like, how are you here listening to this? How did you do? What was your story? What was your grit? What did you do to have that thing, that tenacity to finally say, you know what, I'm going to change my life, and I'm going to start my own business? And something I want to share, because this is really important. I was at a beautiful, beautiful hotel up in Todos Santos, and a woman asked me from my second book, which was how to create technology-based education systems for the Rohingyas, which is a group of refugees and displaced people. And she said, what did you really do or what are you doing with that? So when I got my master's, I was doing a lot with that, and I went to some conferences, and then I kind of learned that space, the government space, is not really where you're going to get the biggest ROI for transformation in the world. And I learned that really quickly. So I went back into the corporate space, which is my PhD. Well, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm saying I went back to focusing on my research on the corporate space, because I realized that the corporate space, the business space, is where you will always get the largest ROI for transformation, because corporations want to take good people that have good skills, that believe in their mission, and create a massive ROI for their company, for their legacy, for people to have opportunities of a stable paycheck, of whatever that it is. Because not everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur like you and I, but people like you and I are meant to be consultants for those corporations, which is, what I'm aligning to with my PhD, of how do we really create a virtual customer sales experience at a larger scale, and how do we do it with precision and accuracy to make sure that we're growing community and we're growing sales and brand equity. So those are really important variables, right? And so where I was going with that is, is that I switched from refugees and focusing on the government into corporations because there is a bigger ROI, because there's just not enough incentive in the government for people to show up and really want to do well. And that's why I love sales, because sales, you create your own incentives. You know that there's going to be an incentive for you. You know that there's going to be something great that happens for you. And that's why I love sales so much, because sales is like this thing that just, you choose the result, you go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And once you start understanding sales, it's not just about you, then you understand more people you can impact and teams that you can build. And it just goes so much bigger than ever you can imagine. And so anyway, I don't want to get too far into it, but digital sales I love even more because the trust is being built without you having to be present. Where in-person sales, you have to be present. Your machine, your company isn't really working for you. Salespeople are overturning. There's just too much stuff. Where this digital sales process, people are building their trust and rapport with you for massive purchases without you ever being there to physically do it. Like this thing digitally is running for you, building trust, impacting people, doing things for you while you are out doing other things. And this is what, like, whether it's living your life or creating new things or whatever that it is. And so that's why I love digital sales. And I want to help you, empower you to create your own digital sales process, because it's going to change your life. It's going to be so empowering and so great and so beautiful. And so, yeah. So if you're listening to this episode and you're like, Colleen, I listened to your episode, I know nothing about sales, or I know a little bit about sales, but I don't know anything about digital sales. I'm really good at in-person sales, and now I need to do the digital. I know it's the future. Can you help me? This is going to be the course for you. You're going to want to get in it. It's going to be the first time I run this course. So it's going to be the lowest investment I ever offer it. You're going to have the most access to me that I'm ever going to offer it at this, investment. It's really lower than my private clients even get. So, you're going to want to get into this for the 7 weeks. It's going to transform your life. And if you just know that you need to fall in love with sales. You need to fall in love with your expression. You need to fall in love with receiving. You need to be okay with money. You need to be okay for asking for money. You need clarity on what solution do you solve and how do you really find the right medium for you to show up online, whether it's audio, video, writing, speaking, groups, facilitating communities. I mean, there's just a million ways to do it. So whatever that is, I want to work with you. I want to support you. I want to help you because this will change your life. And I want this foundation to start now in 2021 so that you already have this habit of selling as you enter 2022, to really be like, I'm leaving whatever matrix or whatever job or whatever industry you don't love, so you can begin selling what you need to sell, your unique soul blueprint, the thing that's going to transform this world from you, only can happen from you. It's why you're placed here on the world. I really believe that. And I'm just so excited. So yay. Okay. So anyway, today's Cyber Monday. So the last thing is, if you have not gone on my website yet, today is the last day that you can go on my website for 20% off. You can type in I am grateful at checkout. So it's the last day. I'm super excited. We have a lot of people taking advantage of it. And then obviously the next thing that I'm launching tomorrow, November 30th, or if you're watching this in the future, is going to be my how to create your digital sales process. And if you have not run it live with me, you're going to be able to go on my website and buy it, at whatever that I have it there, and you'll see it. So I'm excited, you guys. This is going to be such a great way to end the year and such a great way to start the new year. I'm just so excited. So anyway, I love you guys. If you have listened to this before, thank you so much. If you're a new listener, I hope you subscribe so you get the weekly downloads. And also please leave a review for me, you guys. If you like this, please leave a review. It really helps and supports us for the goals that we're trying to reach with getting us together for little gatherings in the future. That's one of my goals, at least twice a year, from the Colleen Gallagher lovers, magical people, wanderlust. And so please leave a review. Let me know how it is and share it with a friend. Let us know. But I love you guys, and I can't wait to teach you how to sell and fall in love with selling. So a beautiful moment in time when you listen to this, when you receive this, and know that I love you. You are held, you are seen, and you are on your path to fulfilling your destiny, your movement, your lifestyle career. So I will speak with you soon, and I can't wait for you to enroll in the selling course. So reach out to me, reach out on Instagram, Facebook, email, my website, be like, Colleen, I'm ready to sell. That's all you need to say. I'm ready to sell. Colleen, teach me. And we will make sure we teach you. So I love you so much, you guys. And it just makes me emotional as this week starts, because